should be live. Oh, wait, no, there's still on that. Give me a sec. That's still there. Give me a sec. It's almost like I've forgotten how to stream. Alright. Alright, okay, there we go. There we go, I think we're making some progress. We are live. Okay. Alright. Stretch this back on over. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, welcome to the longest stream I have ever done. Am I too loud? Let me just check how loud I am. Ever done? Am I loud? Am I too loud? Let me just check how loud. No, I'm fine. Alright. Just had to do a quick check on how loud I am. But welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now I have seen also, as you can see, this is my new model. As promised, I have now got my own custom model. So get used to seeing this beautiful face every stream or video that I may or may not do in the future. I'm kind of lazy with it. But anyway, let's actually start off. Now I've seen a lot of gameplay of the Stanley Parable. It's just I've never actually played the game. So, you know, here we are.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I am Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
I've also got a nice drink with
Employee
me.
number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in.
Bro, that sounds like my real-life job.
Exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I am not happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
I wish
No
that
one
would
had
happen
showed
for
up
me.
to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. I mean... Okay, so... every time I click, every time I use my mouse, I can hear my keyboard typing. Is this good? Oh, I can crouch. I can crouch. I did not know I could crouch. Can I go underneath my desk? No. Oh, Christ. Oh, okay, I can't jump. Noted. Alright. Out we go, I guess. Let me move my drinks around. I got like a ton of drinks on the side of my desk, and I do not want them spilling over. Move you over there, I guess. Honestly, you should see my... Is it just me, or is this... I feel super sensitive. Camera settings. Camera sensitivity. Okay, turn it down to a 3.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, people leaving their shit
No
on.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
turn all these off. What does it say? Surname access. Well, either way, turn it off. Waste electricity. Shame.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Just because he said that, I'm going to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
What does this script say? Number 1 dad.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
What's this say? Yeah, no, I can't read that.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy.
Shut up!
Reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Shut up,
It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Shut up, Mr. Narrator. Okay, I'll stay in here as long as I want. Paintings are boring.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I think the game's trying to tell me something.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nah, I don't think I will. I want to see what's through here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Shut up, I do a great job. Let's see. Warning. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. I would imagine so. Let's see. Penalty for misuse. Cargo lift 1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift 5,000. That's if the person lives. When they jump off.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are
Yes.
you that
Yes,
convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Possibly.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
I don't believe you for a
Let
second.
me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
No, can't go there. Oh yeah, this is really beautiful. Not creepy whatsoever. Okay. No buckets past this point. Damn. Nope.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, yes, misunderstood. Psych!
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Well. Blue door.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Thank you. You've been trying to stop me for like the last past, what is it, 5 minutes now? Let's see what's through here. What?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
What's over there?
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes,
Do you not
yes,
think
it
I
was.
put a lot of time into that? Because
No,
I
not really.
did.
No,
And
I don't
in the
believe
end,
you.
it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see.
Damn
Help
right.
me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option.
Red
This
door.
already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Oh, is it like 5 good or is 1 good? I'm assuming 5's good.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
I'm pretty sure you
You
don't have a
can't
soul.
teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
I'm a be the judge of that. Oh, worldwide leaderboard. Okay, what's this? Good old Neil. Oh, okay. It's going way too fast. Slow, slow down. Alright. 930. Oh, okay. That's me. I'm Mr. Worldwide. Let's see. What was this saying? Total did. How many? That's a lot of endings to a game. But let's go through the story again. Anything new?
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No, not really. I would have done it anyway. So it doesn't really change the fact that I would have went through doors. You're just giving me more doors to walk through. So
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
Can I go
think
towards
the
the fire?
underworld will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give
4
it 4
hours?
hours
Yo,
of play
that's how
to
long I
make
was
sure
planning
it's
to stream
effective.
for, but you know
Be
what?
sure to keep notes on your
Yeah.
experience.
Here we go. Okay, I hate this already. Burn.
You heartless bastard.
Thank you.
Did
I
you
tried.
do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
bit
Because
of
if it's
both.
the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, okay.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man, spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of
harsh.
total mental depravity. So far,
A bit rude,
I
I
love
might have.
everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Alright, this is cool. Kind of reminds me of the game Firewatch, which I might play eventually. I might do that.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
Oh, I like
It
this.
is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a
I've
close
been
call.
imprisoned!
You nearly wandered off into
Help me!
that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Oh, wait, is that guy?
Out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
No,
Let's
no,
find
no.
another game.
No, I just found a gap.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big,
Come on,
insurmountable
Stanley.
walls.
Run! We can squeeze through. We can squeeze through.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Damn, I got one look at freedom. And then it was taken away from me.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
That's a big ball. Oh, that's a big ball.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story
damn,
that I
I'm going
worked so
fast.
hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one
Yeah.
ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric
Meow.
sports
I'm going
experience.
super fast.
I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
That's a lot of balls. I love balls. Alright, let's...
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game?
Absolutely.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides,
You know what?
need someone like me to set boundaries for.
Deuces.
Hold on. What are you doing? Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Oh, where am I going? Into the endless void. Where am I? Alright, I can't do anything over there. How far have I fallen? This is a deep pit. What's it over here? Ooh, we got light. Alright, that's not creepy. How has this turned into a horror game? Oh, okay, we got... Oh. do anything in here? Okay, clearly not. Okay, what
I
happened?
wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
But can you, though? Oh. I guess we're back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
I'm pretty sure if I start clicking this enough, I get an achievement. I don't know how long I have to be here clicking, but I'm so sure I can get an achievement from this. I just don't know what it is. Ah! Even further beyond! To be fair, I don't even know if this is the actual door I'm meant to be clicking. I want to say it is, but I'm not entirely sure. I could just be doing this for nothing. To be fair, it wouldn't be the first time. Alright, I'm bored. Turn that off. Turn that off. Awaiting input. Wait, input received. Purple? Okay, so we got a color purple. Oh, I should also completely forgot to mention, technically yesterday, as I'm recording this at midnight, it is my birthday. Well, was my birthday. So, I am now officially 22!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, I'll do what you say this time. But only because I want to, not because you told me to. Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I want to solve a dispute with a co-worker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out. Stab it. I'm trying to read it. Ooh, broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, I'm staying here. I like the broom closet. It's got this.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Got a mop bucket. So many nice things.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
I'm staying here.
He wasn't even doing anything.
I'm actually going to take a nice quick break.
If there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
A bit harsh, but fair. But I will stay here.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
Yes.
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because I like it. It's a nice broom closet. I never even got there.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I like the
never would
broom
have thought
closet.
to mention it.
See, that's why. That's why you didn't mention it, so I went into it. Yep.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Nah, my friends would probably do the exact same. Because my friends is
Stanley
special,
was
just
fat and
like
ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Damn.
Bad all with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Stanley sounds sick and cool, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I was Stanley. God
Well,
damn.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
No?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'll go downstairs instead. Because he called me fat. I'm not fat. I'm big boned.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
1, 2, B4.
None of it made any logical sense.
I feel like I'm walking in
And as
circles.
Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example,
1, 2, B4.
why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
I have no
Why did
feet.
doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Actually, yeah.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
They
Were they
are.
simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I don't like what this is
This
going.
is all a dream.
This doesn't.
Oh, what a relief.
This doesn't
Stanley
sound
felt
fun.
to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Maybe that's Stanley.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that?
Yep.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back. the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through
Yes,
with
I
this
want to
dream.
wake up.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife,
I have a wife!
and my job. All
God
I
damn.
want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
I am not normal.
Everything will
Look
be
at me.
fine.
Does this scream normal?
I am okay.
I am not okay. Oh, crap.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
That got really loud really quickly into my ear, I'm not gonna lie.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she
Do I
thought
look
to
crazy
herself
to
how
you?
lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real
No, 'cause I'm
and
normal.
what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's rude. She could have, she could have helped me at least. Oh, wait, I'm waking up.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait, it still has the input. So, input purple. Another purple. Yeah, because originally it was over here. But now it's over there. Okay, so if I die like 2 more times, maybe it might change. Arthur. Can I do it again? Nope. Alright.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What's this? Exclusive bathroom? Yeah. Because the boss knows what the boss says. Wait. wait, let me try this again. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if the bosses suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Alright, okay. I know how to speak English. Extreme bathrooms. Time. Probably clean his mirror. I got one dusty ass mirror. Can I do anything? Just a white void outside. Oh, wait. Can I get on top of the desk? Yeah. I am now on top of the desk. Oh. It's right here. Going up. Nice little elevator. Very long elevator ride. I didn't go anywhere. Wait, what was if I go down? Just crouch into the corner. I can hear the narrator speaking to me. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not actually going anywhere. So, you know, narrator lied.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2845.
2845.
Oh, I was kind of hoping if I did it in reverse, something would happen. 2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Nope. Can I fall down there? No. I pressed up. I wanted to see what happened if I went up. That's not fair.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, okay. Hello.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have
how
the
do I go
strength
there?
to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
427,
Stanley's
that's one.
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals
one
reduced
right
to
there.
images on a screen. And Stanley,
I know you can't
one
see
of
me.
them,
I'm pointing at it
eternally
toward,
in
with
this
my
place
finger.
where
Yeah,
freedom
427.
meant nothing.
I'm employee 427. Oh wait, no, it changed. Oh wait, no, there it is. Man. What is it? Is it? Oh, that's just a bunch of ones and zeros.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy
Mind
or
control
sad
offline.
or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Are the controls? I'm kind of stupid. Oh, wait. Console disabled. Oh, wait, it's probably this over here.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yeah, sure. I'll turn it off. Psych.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
Yes.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your
Okay, so
story now. Shape it to your heart's
5.
desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in
4.
mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments
1,
until the bomb goes off.
2.
But what precious moments each one
Oh,
of them
you-
is. More time to talk about you, about me, where
Okay, so
we're
press
going.
1,
What all this
2.
means, I barely know where to start.
It was free.
What's that?
Where's the third button?
You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Ah, there.
A moment of solace before you're
3.
obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
4.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a
5.
crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
Incorrect.
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me,
Oh,
what's the matter, Stanley?
Christ.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Two
I mean,
purple.
look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
Press any key to
One
send power.
solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose
Oh,
in this
come
place is?
on.
Stanley,
Press
you're
any
in
key
for
to
quite a
send a power surge.
disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
Come
It's
on,
just
come on,
seconds
come on.
ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending.
come on, come on.
Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
Damn you,
I
narrator!
will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in
Oh,
until the moment
Christ.
I say happily ever after.
That wasn't good. That was not good. No.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Turn that off. Eh, This way.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I'm gonna go down.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that?
Begin the game again. That's just the same ending.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section,
Oh, which
walked
is
straight ahead to the
big red
opposite
button.
door, and got back on track.
I like pressing big red buttons.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Yeah, where do I go?
From here, it's,
To the right. It's always the right. Okay. To the left then. To the left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
I told you. I said it was to the right.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
I don't know.
It's clearly...
You tell me.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Seriously, he just cannot make his mind up.
Let's see, we went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, I'm about to get isekai'd, aren't I? Oh, wait, no. No, man, it's just stationary. Oh, that's how I got up here.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to...
Whoever was
who
what?
Am I kidding? It's all rubbish now.
102.
The whole
Well,
story
104.
completely
Whoever
unusable.
was 104 got
However,
fired.
rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay.
well,
From
this
the
was-
top.
Oh. Nope.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, button.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted
that's
the
a
game
lot of
over,
doors.
completely fresh.
Okay,
Everything
who
should be...
puts chairs
Why
behind
did something
doors?
change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
Are you
I
sure?
know for sure that it's here somewhere.
Could have misplaced
Okay,
it.
then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Alright, so you said go through the left door first time round. So... This way? What was that say? That's why I just saw it. No? Okay, I guess I'm going crazy. I'm seeing handwriting... What? But I went that way. I came out that way? Okay. Alright,
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure
way.
I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
No, that
Do
way.
we just...
This way.
Do we need to restart the game again?
way.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting
way.
over and over again.
This way.
But it's got to be better than this.
This way.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
This way. Oh. I'm pretty sure it was just one massive loop.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Turn that off. And you. There's no doors this time.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
That's fair. You know, backtrack. Go this way. Everything seems pretty normal.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Meow. Walking backwards. I don't remember this.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations!
I like
I
winning.
know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off.
No,
So,
I really did.
good
I did
job.
my best. It was really difficult.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all.
What do you mean?
We both know you didn't put in any actual work
What?
for that win.
I put in a lot
Some
of effort.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Yes, I did.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This time,
Stanley
to make sure
Parable
we don't get
Adventure
lost,
Line.
I've employed the help of
Yay.
the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Nah, I don't think so.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I got excited for nothing. Can I turn this off? Oh, someone's playing solitaire. Can I play? Oh, okay. Meow.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the
Oh, it's
story
over
of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving
It's over here.
forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Hey, I like this. This is cool. Da, 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 da. Wait, what's over here? Also, this music is blaring in my ears. Whoa! What was that? Huh?
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Oh, I know. It could be like that game of Fever Meme. Have you ever seen? Because that game's been popping off lately. So maybe we should count how many leaves it has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Never mind, I give up. I can't count that quick.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line,
Oh,
you
this
do
way.
know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
What now? Oh.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make
I'm
up
not.
our own story?
Yeah, have you seen my
Something
face?
Exciting, daring,
There's not a thought
mysterious.
behind my eyes.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Well, this is clearly just the back rooms, so I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm playing the back rooms. Keep going this way, keep going this way, keep going this way, this way.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I feel like the line has gained sentience. It's gained awareness.
A choice. We get to make a decision.
But
From
do
here,
we,
the story
though?
is in our control.
What if they just
How
lead
important
into
we
the same
mustn't
room?
squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the
I'm gonna go
place
this
where
way.
we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
No, I called it. I pre-watch Existence. What does it say?
oh,
The
what's
confusing
this?
ending. Fifth
Confusion
restart.
ending. You're telling me
Do you hear from
that's
the main
what this
entrance?
is?
I know.
It's all one giant
First
ending?
restart. Two
And we're
doors.
supposed to restart the game what, eight times?
Aimless wandering.
That's really
restart
how
scheme.
all this
Second
goes?
restart.
all
Yost is now
determined?
dead and tethered around finding
So now, according to the schedule, I restart
in a
again.
Pinot
Then what?
building narrator
Am I
restarts
just supposed
the
to
game.
forget?
Third restart.
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me?
Confusion ending
Why don't
schedule.
I get to
After
decide?
restarts of the
Why
game.
don't
Fifth
I
ending.
get a say in all of this?
Narrative
Is it
forgets
really?
the previous restart.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the
Stanley,
game to
Stanley
keep
attempts to play
restarting.
the
I
story,
don't want
but
to forget what's
is
going on.
prevented.
I don't want to be
Unable
trapped
to
like
go to,
this. I
or
won't
anything to do, the game
restart the
restarts
game. I
on-
won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Oh, that hurt my ears so bad. Okay, let's never. Oh, wait, this is blue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This way? I guess it is.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm compelled to listen to him this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh, no, nothing. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I think I will. I have no idea what I could do, but you know what? I will just stay here since it annoys him. I'm actually very surprised to even remember the first time I went in here, but you know what? I'll take it. Yum. Nice. It's a very squeaky door.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
Okay,
door
let's
of the
do
red
it properly
mind
this
control
time.
facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, 427, that's me. It's me, Arrows 427. Alright, let's get the lift this time.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over...
Yeah, I did it. Turn it off.
blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
I hope. I hope so.
Yes.
Yay!
He had won. He had
Freedom!
defeated the machine.
Oh, my eyes touched it.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense doors
That was a
slowly
hefty
opened,
yawn, I'll tell you that.
Stanley
It's like
reflected on how many
2 o'clock in
puzzles
the morning.
still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy. Oh, never mind. I'm back in this place again. I am not happy.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Yeah, 427. New content! Alright, let's go check it out then. I'm always down for some new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
That's a great question. One, I do not have an answer for.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
I was in high school.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
It's now going.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
There we go.
All right, finally,
Just
at
a
long
slow
last,
start.
it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Just a really slow start to this, I guess.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah, cool job.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, proceed. I could jump now. Aw. I used all my circles. I used all my jumps up.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Here's music.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this
I like
for
it.
exciting new content? If this
Sounds-
is new
it's
content,
been pretty
then I
fun.
could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something
Very
else.
good,
Let's see it.
yes.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's
okay,
it?
that's it.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when
That was
greedy
it.
video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off
I
on
get
this?
that one. I like
I'm
that one.
infuriated and
Ooh,
I'm
let me
offended,
just
and I
fix
I
my
intend
posture
to
a tiny
phone
bit.
these people on Twitter
I've been
and
sat
hold them
down.
personally accountable.
Oh, but Joe.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much
Ow, ow,
anticipation
ow, ow,
around
ow.
the new content,
Oh,
I'm
I just
afraid.
broke my
It
back.
could never have lived up to such expectations.
Ah, there we go.
If you're still
Feel
with
a
me,
lot better.
why don't we just reset
Fixing
the
my
game,
posture.
and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
I don't know about
Be
a great
safe,
time.
friend.
I'm having an alright time, but I wouldn't say great now. Just throwing it out there. Oh, wait, what's this?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
Yeah, no, I just... Nah.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, right, you called me a dork. Okay, that's just rude. Okay. That's uncalled for and rude. Okay, I don't need that type of aggression, but if I have to go, I
Never
will.
mind. You're not a dork.
Oh.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Why do I feel like I'm about to go on like an epic adventure? Or like the Dragonborn. And
I
it's
call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley
Collector's
Parable was
edition.
before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in
2014
October of
Independent Games
2013 when the
Festivals
game originally
Audience
launched?
Award.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all
Wait,
meant
is this
something.
it?
Oh,
The British
wait.
Academy of Film and Television Arts awarded to someone Starly. It looks like it says Star. This award was for someone who was in the Last of Us, but they taped over with Stanley Parable. The narrator stole this from someone. Who did he steal? Well, who did he steal this from? Because it's definitely from someone who was in The Last of Us. But other than that, I don't actually know. 2013. What does that say? Ugh, Christ. The Memory Zone temp. Does that say temp? Am I? Yeah. Okay, no, that says temp. This is Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable. One trip. Oh, I tripped down memory lane. Oh, fun fact. I actually have a £50 note in a on my wall. Yep, I remember. Little side story. I got a £50 note in in a picture frame on my wall. So yeah, there's that. I got it on my wall down in the supers. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Now I kind of want to try it. British Academy Film. The Stanley Parable. Game Innovation. Debug game. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. New video game releasing today. Created surprisingly down to earth. Rutledge goes from scandal to new crisis. Apologies show uneven effort to enroll the poor. Cost hinders new tack to achieve diversity. 50% off. That's what I care about. Okay, the rest of this, I don't care. The 50% hat on designer hats? Yeah, sign me up. Oh.
Je suis dans la memory zone.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Oh, I don't know. I
James
wouldn't
Stephanie
trust.
Sterling writes,
I
and
wouldn't
I
trust.
quote,
Game
Where so many games that
journals.
aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing.
It's
no
no
games at
Elden
all.
Ring, I'll tell you that.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, it could be worse. What's down here? Memory zone maintenance. Oh. Person of the year. I think that's supposed to be a picture of me. Because you got Stanley and then I think it's Maribel? I think that was the name. I can't remember. It's a burn. Okay. Your number is 29. Noted.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Another
The Stanley
moving
Parable
passage.
is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
I don't know. Mysterious room. I want to go in there. How do I get in there? We go this way? The door, no. What? I want to go there.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Oh,
What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no.
Oh,
God,
Steam.
No. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Well, the fact that they're all the way down here, covered in dust and God knows what, kind of looking like my room. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's already not a good sign. I mean, you got one that's cool over here. If I don't look at it,
Honestly, I could not be
Okay.
bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
funny.
Funny? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm
Chris.
trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Oh no! Oh, I want to see what these are. I love the tone change. Like it's just all rainy and thundery. Ooh, what's this one?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
You're very
You wouldn't tell me
preachy.
if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Of
You
course.
absolutely are.
This is actually
100%.
quite shocking for me. I always, well,
It's
to be
not-
honest,
it's
I have
not that
always
shocking.
thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
You know, you win some, you lose some. Kind of happens. You live with it. It don't matter. No one would. Oh wait, no, I can't go up there.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
No,
Not if it
don't
means
give
we
in to
can
the
strike
haters.
these negative
If you
reviews
give
from
in
the
to
record,
one hater,
only positive reviews of the
the other
Stanley
haters
Parable.
think you'll give in
That's
to
my
them.
motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Could you, like, I don't know, get me a better bridge? I'm not the best swimmer. I don't know if you knew this, but that's aren't the best swimmers. Okay, we live in the sewers, yes, but I mean, me personally, I'm a pretty shitty swimmer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not good at swimming. Okay. When people say I look like a drowned rat, yeah. Cause I am at that point, you know? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of water, you know, just, I can't go back. Alright, okay. Watch my step. Oh, it's just an endless void. Can I go? Endless void. I've been so curious if I could. Okay, wait.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably we all until the end
Very curious
of
to
time,
see how long this
at which
goes on
time
for.
everything all at once. So now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much, and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever
Yep,
ago?
this makes
Which
sense.
is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably
just
we
repeated.
all until the end
I
of
think
time,
it just repeated.
at which time...
Alright, I skip.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such
I'm gonna let
ruminations.
this run
Not
on.
that, of
I'm
course,
very
you need a
curious to see
description of it, but
how
if I
long
had
he
to
can monologue
describe it,
for.
I'd say it was perhaps
I'm
less
just
of a
curious to see where it
rumination
goes,
and more
you
of
know?
a treatise. Or maybe
I
a
want to know.
manifesto.
I want to know more about this.
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument
I am
to every person
always
you've ever been,
erect.
making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet
Yeah.
timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look,
I am very
I have
surprised
a
you've
method
gone
for
on this
exactly
long.
this sort of situation.
I'm
and
so
I do
curious.
find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto, treatise.
If this has
manifesto,
helped him in countless
treatise,
situations,
manifesto,
I am
treatise,
so
manifesto,
concerned on how many
treatise,
situations he's had,
manifesto,
but it just makes him want to repeat
manifesto, treatise,
2
manifesto,
words until he gets
treatise,
sick and tired of them.
manifesto,
How often
treatise,
must this have happened?
Manifesto, treatise, manifesto.
Also, I cannot talk while he's talking.
there,
Oh my
sport.
god, his
You
voice
really did catch
annoys
me
me.
rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a
The
thoughtless display of
button!
self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review.
Yeah,
or at least change some of the
they're not
wording,
going to edit
perhaps.
that. That's
To be
there
honest,
forever.
I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine
Is that-
that after seeing this exciting new technology
kinda
at work,
curious.
surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely.
I doubt they
Or
will do it
perhaps
just
they'll
because of
simply grant this
one
particular
situation.
user the ability
I
to change their
severely
review,
doubt that
so that the feature is not
they would
widely
even consider
abused.
doing that.
Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Nowadays. Do you hear that? It's silence. He stopped talking. Alright, skip.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble
Where's
on to myself
Fedora?
about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Yeah, how
Where did
do
the
we get
door
out of
go?
here?
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door.
I'm gonna
here
press the
before,
skip
wasn't
button
there?
again.
I swear there was.
Here.
Where did it go? Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Skip.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Yeah,
Would
pretty
you
much.
think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close.
press it again.
Because I know you can't hear me once. it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you
Oh
ever
shit, it's
sat
been a
down
year.
in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
Yeah,
All
you're
of
going
it
on a long
collapsed
monologue
down into a
again.
single instant.
So I'm gonna press
In that instant, I
skip
could see myself
button.
clearly.
Okay. He has finally stopped talking. Oh, the plant died. That's a bit saddening. Alright, we skip again. Well, that's slightly annoying.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was
he
meant
was
to
still
speak to the
salty
human
about
condition.
that.
But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one.
I escape. Hey. At least that turned off. Skip again to the future.
End is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the
He
end.
is not
is
happy.
Never the end, is 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 never the end.
Skip again. Oh, we got a bit of water leaking in. That's unfortunate. Alright, we skip again. Clearly there's a bit of a breeze going on outside. Bit of a hefty breeze going on. We can see the light. Although I don't think I can jump out of it. We skip again. We skip one more time. Jesus, I wonder how far into the future I must have skipped for all those nice plants to suddenly just disappear. Well, that doesn't sound nice. That sounds quite haunting. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here before it turns into a horror game. Can I get up here? Yes, I can. Or not. Let's go this way. Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We go to very distant lands. Yeah, well, that's the end of that, I guess. Alright, and we are back at the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Hey, the
What
narrator's
did it
back.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content. Oh, okay.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
What could be the new content? I am so curious.
You see, Stanley,
Going up.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why
Ultra
I'm very
Super
proud to
Deluxe?
announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay. So is this like a second
Yes,
game
you see, isn't
within
this
the
far
first
superior
game?
to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up.
The end
Why
is
there are so
never
many
the end
possibilities. It could go in
again.
so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and
New mug,
innovation
new mug.
and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Okay.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy mess
He took
than
the red
anything
marker.
scientific or logical,
Me.
really.
Okay, that's pretty fun. This is every pause button is a Roman numeral of 2. Okay. Except for is not. Well, I mean, if I pause, I don't want to press. I feel like if I press escape, it might just accidentally close the game down. The Stanley Parable 2. Oh, I'm locked in.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Oh, the button that says the name of the player that is playing the game. Alright, okay. I'm kind of curious about it.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want?
Too big,
And of
too
course,
small,
the first and
just
most
right.
obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Say my name.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
I am Jim.
I want you to imagine...
Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I wasn't finished setting up the backstory. If you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button. Otherwise, it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's name.
Which it is.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me
Oh,
finish
there's
first. Now, Allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim. All right, fine, whatever. It's just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I work very hard on?
Oh, easy peasy. No, that is what I do best.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim play the Stanley Parable too. They would appreciate what I've created here.
The bucket! I want the bucket. Give me the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley
Give me the
Parable
bucket.
will feel perfectly normal and
Give me the bucket, man.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
I get the bucket. The bucket. Give me the bucket. I want the bucket.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do
The
believe the
bucket.
bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go...
I will never let it
unnoticed.
go. It's my precious.
All this and more
My
await you
precious.
in the Stanley Parable 2. Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video
They should
game?
now.
That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Infinite hole. Collectibles. Go into the infinite hole. Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
What? Just put more numbers onto it, okay? Well, that's just not fair. What does it say? Does it say, wait, please no screenshots? Oh, I'm going to take screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday. Happy 12th birthday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Alright.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
I want to go to the infinite hole. Depth infinite.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Alright, dolphin dive! Let's see how far this goes.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
G to teleport, that's weird. That's That's
Now,
weird.
I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
I
Do it
will
on the
teleport.
sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I'll teleport when I am ready to teleport. I want to see how far this hole goes.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually
What does it say?
fascinated by falling.
Just for
What
two
normal
of
person
us,
actually
we can
wants to
make
fall
it to try
infinitely.
and use it.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things
Meeting
we
at
didn't
2
mean. Why don't
p.m.
we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
How can something
If that
be
works for
mostly
you,
infinite?
then
That makes
go
no
ahead and press
sense.
the teleport
It's either
button
infinite
to
or
walk
not
up to the
infinite.
top of
There's
the
no
hole
grey
and move
area.
on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay, that's like when, semi-perfect Cell was talking to Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and it was like, I am merely semi-perfect. Vegeta was like, how can you be semi-perfect? You're either perfect or you're not me. There's no grey area. The exact same here. Well, I mean, not the exact same. But you get the point. Okay, how can something be mostly infinite? How? How can something... That makes no sense.
Great. Now, I'm very excited
wanna
to
go
show
again.
you... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you.
I like
The
it.
problem is that you like holes too much.
I love them.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length.
The bucket
Here,
is fixing
let's try
it.
something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the,
It's not
teleport
working.
button not working?
No.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with
he
the
just
hole.
le-
I
he
get
just
to do
ups and
literally
leaves.
anything else.
He just ups and
Take
leaves.
care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
I mean, to be fair, I did leave him eternally in like darkness earlier with that with the skip button. So to be fair, what's that noise? What's that noise? I'm sinking. I'm sinking. I wonder where I'm going. Press F to change perspective. Whoa. Yeah. Change your perception. What does that mean?
My head stronger.
Oh. H to change your reality. Oh, I like that. I like that color. Oh, that's why. Look at that. J to change myself.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Huh?
Oh,
What?
good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Am I sinking again? No, I'm not. Okay, I thought I was sinking again for a second then.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
I kinda want to check to see if the infinite hole is still there. Oh, I closed it. Free easy achievement. Okay. Free achievement. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works. It just works.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I'm just going to spam my mouse until it works. Come on, give me the achievement. I want the achievement. Give me it. Give me the achievement. I wonder what would happen if I just keep spamming my mouse. Will it just actually give me the achievement, or will it just like not? Could I just be wasting time itself? I'm so curious. I just want to see if this works or not. I'm gonna be impressed if it does. Okay, I'm just saying. I would be highly impressed with myself if it works. What happens if I just like break the handle because I keep pressing it so many times? Okay, yeah, no, it's definitely not working. Yeah, what's over here? Alright, there is nothing over there.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I have a collectible ones.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
It's beautiful. 1 out of 6.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What's this? Jump circle that way, exit that way. And clearly I can't freaking exit. Okay, so that was that, that was that. That was that. What much can I get? Is that it? I'm pretty sure I did everything that was here. Boom, let's say is the name of the player. Yep, already seen that. Exit that way. Oh, this way?
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now? So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
The only thing I found worthy
Are you ready?
of my time was
Here
A,
it is.
the infinite
I
hole.
give you the
The bucket. The bucket
Stanley
is
Parable 2.
massive. Where's the bucket?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on.
The
Let me
bucket.
do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Yeah.
Who
The
am I
bucket.
kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy
quick, can I
creating
grab that?
gags, but they don't add up to anything.
I'm gonna grab it.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
No.
I suppose it could.
No, I
but it
doubt
would
it.
need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
The Stanley Parable 2. Yep, all this build up, all of this build up was just to play the second game. Yep, everything else was just a prologue. I was just playing the prequel. Now we're playing the second game.
This is the story of...
Yeah, no, I'm gonna skip this. I want my bucket though. Where's my bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket! I got it!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I'll turn that off. What? Wait, what are you blocking my path for? Turn that off.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
The bucket says go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling
Yes.
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Alright, let's keep going.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I didn't.
No, said the bucket.
Yeah.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo
Yes.
lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yes. I must
Good,
follow the
said
bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Yes.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes, I will do what the bucket commands.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley
What?
and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
I like button. Where's the bucket? Where's my bucket? Where is it? Where's my bucket? Bucket. Wait. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press N to make me to take me to work with you. Yes.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship.
Where's my bucket?
It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever
Yes.
Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Okay, press Y to take me back home with you. Can I go anywhere? Okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as
Where's my
well?
bucket?
To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an
Bucket.
inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location.
No,
That's
you can
it.
turn it into a
It
sick
doesn't
helmet.
do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud one. Press C to go. But yes.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
How dare you call it stupid?
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yes, it does.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it is. It's the best bucket. Where's my bucket?
No.
Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
I'm
Where is
having
it?
feelings for the bucket.
Where is it?
No,
Where is
no,
it?
no, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I
Bucket,
want to be
bucket.
with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do
Hooray.
anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Take it, Sabah.
Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to
No.
me. Give
No.
me the bucket, Stanley.
No, it's
I
mine.
need it.
It's
give
mine.
it to me now. Give
Fine.
it, or I'll...
Fine. It's my bucket. It's mine. It's mine. Go back to work, Stanley. Alright. I want my bucket back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting
bucket.
room. Perhaps he had... Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
This is different.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
No, it's fine.
Supposed to go with the
It's
other cleaning
my bucket.
supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which
I
happened to
don't
lay
like
in your
this.
path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I don't have a mouth, so I can't actually talk.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all.
Oh yeah?
Here we
What's
go.
that? Yeah!
Now
It's
it's settled.
mine.
No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Ooh, big stretch.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket.
A
That
bucket.
way, if you're ever
On a
unsure whether the
bucket.
thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself,
Genius.
"Ah, it's a
Pure
bucket."
genius.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
I want a bucket sticker now.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Damn right, it is my bucket. I think that's actually the end of his dialogue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, collectible.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
What if they actually did something with the elevator this time? God damn it. Someone just fell in my room and it shit me up. Talk about ghosts. God damn. What was it? Okay, they never changed anything about it. I thought they would have. Turns out they didn't.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes.
Was the bucket guiding him?
It was.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Yep.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Yeah, I'm already halfway there.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
No, I'll go with the escape. Escape. Yeah.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
No, I don't see anything. I was kind of hoping there would be a... Actually, you know what? Yeah. No, it's great. Let's go down. The bucket tells me that there's something down here. Whee!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
It's not
To be sure,
meaningless.
it puts the
It's
mind
awesome.
and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
No, I don't. I trust the bucket. The bucket will protect me.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
Or was it? Because the bucket knows all. See that? would have been funny if it had like the 2 written
It was
on
a
it.
shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Talk about a white room, god damn. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. Alright, you are standing in the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. Canvas void, but through use of yabba. This is a lot of talking, so I'm gonna just look at it for a while. Let you guys do all the reading yourself. And yeah, no, I cannot be yeah, no, I have a very short attention span. I just do not like. Here you go, guys. Have fun reading, cause I ain't do none of that. It is a very. Where's my bucket? I just realized my bucket's gone. Where did it go? Where's my bucket? My bucket! There it is.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
It's
Can
mine.
you see the hubris that blinded
It's
him?
my bucket.
Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
I want my bucket back. Give me my bucket. I must run up.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
How dare you steal my
It
bucket?
is man who should kneel before the bucket.
There we go. Got it. I got my bucket back. I'm good. I'm
But
happy
there
now.
is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Yes, we begin again. I will not let you destroy my bucket. Yeah. Yes, this is my new custom model. I've been playing this game for like a solid. How long am I on? Oh wow! I've been playing this game for a solid half, or like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I know it looks awesome.
All of this
My bucket.
the confusion and the chaos all
Yes.
seemed to melt
This has been my
away
new
as
obsession.
Stanley embraced the bucket.
Yes, bucket. Yeah, I'm gonna head this way.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
The bucket says to go to the right door. I speak for
This
the
was not
bucket.
the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Told ya.
telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was
The
wrong.
bucket is never wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I don't think I will.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the Good,
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift
No,
all the
I
way
wanna
to the
grab that.
top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question
Oh, wait,
why
there's
or
a-
how this bucket was
there's-
speaking
there's a-
to him.
there's- oh,
It should
how do
have
I get-
alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
Maybe if I
fact.
jump down.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Let's keep going this way. Head down here.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
I know what a
suppose that would
bucket is,
explain
and
a
the
lot about
bucket
your
wants to go
behavior
this
up to
way.
point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
This is my bucket.
Please,
Oh,
step in here for a moment.
alright. I bet I still have my bucket when I get through. Okay, I do.
Now then, I'm going to
Is
run you
this
through
a
some
bucket?
test scenarios,
Alright,
and you'll
okay.
tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay, okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No, it's not my bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Told you. It was not a bucket. This is my bucket.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No, it's not.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Nope. It's not my bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
No, it's not.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank
Nope.
you for not making me
This
look
is
like
my
an idiot.
bucket.
Okay, next one.
My bucket.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
See, I know buckets, okay?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Nope.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
It's not a bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true.
Everything
Is that
must
what
be
you
a
think?
bucket.
Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No, don't you dare.
Okay, here we go.
No, don't you dare.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
I told you.
Every single thing in
I
the game was a
told you.
bucket?
Everything was
My
a bucket.
God, I had
You
no
just didn't
idea.
believe. You just
How could-
didn't believe.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
I told
and
you.
Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either.
I'm
Oh,
aware.
This is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
What do you mean?
Yes,
I want my
actually
bucket back.
feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
I want my bucket back. That's all I'm saying. Maybe back. Where is it?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Bucket.
simply missed a... Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket
Bucket go
tightly to
this
his...
way?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Now, I want to know how I get to this
No.
collectible.
Said the bucket.
Wait, I go
Don't
up
go
here.
to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
I
And now
got
I'm
two
torn
more.
between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Yes. Slowly make my way back. Oh, it's through here then. What? Where am I?
Okay, this is day number 295, tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
The bucket
There's
is
no
all.
explanation for it.
To be fair, yes, I would
Still,
love a cup of tea.
Haven't figured out why I see the world.
Oh, it would be
so
awesome. As a
differently
true
when this
British
bucket
person,
is in my
I would love a
arms.
cuppa.
Why everything feels so. What do I do with this treasure? I can
You keep it from everyone else.
monetize it.
No, you can't. You can't monetize a bucket.
It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
I had no idea this game was a horror game. I better still have my bucket when I get back. God damn it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
Bucket.
meeting room. Perhaps he had Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not with the bucket around.
Yep.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Go through the
and
left door.
entered the door on his left.
Nope. Well, there would be one in there, but I guess not.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the
Downstairs.
bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, there was one down here.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler Anlarines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler Anlarines. None of us can. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket.
No
perhaps.
one's robbed my
How did
bucket.
I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who
Where's
knows what
my-
sorts of bizarre
Where's my
hallucinations
bucket?
Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
Where is it?
Indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket!
I must run
It
to it.
should be. He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
None of them.
Come to me, Stanley! Find me!
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh, damn it, I died. Ah, yes.
This is the story of
I am
woman
now
named
22.
Mariella.
Oh, I'm an old man.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
First off, the backflip is cool. I'm just saying, I can't, me personally, I cannot do a backflip. I wish I could, but I guarantee you, if I tried, I would break my
Stanley
neck.
decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself, and the good old bucket.
Yes.
Just Stanley and the bucket.
My favorite
off on
bucket.
another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched
let's
the
go this
bucket
way.
tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Yeah, I haven't been done here. No, wait, I did go down there. No, I'll go this way.
No.
But yes, I want a
Said the
cuppa.
bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go
I'd love a
somewhere
cup of
else.
tea.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Good.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
And where's the last one I'm trying to find?
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone.
Oh, bright light. Getting flashbanged again.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Is,
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he...
Okay, now this is just the same as I did earlier. I want to find the last one. Is it in here? Nope.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Oh, the more you know.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Yep.
Stanley clutched
Go
the
this way.
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Trust for completionist's instincts. Alright, that is kind of creepy.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Did I miss one all up here? I must have.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket
Try and
knew
head this
all
way.
along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I want to see if we can find the last figurine.
Stanley and the bucket
Okay,
walked
we
straight
went
ahead through the large door
that
that
way
read
last time.
Mind Control Facility.
So hopefully the other one is over here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Okay, I
What
don't
horrible
see one
secret
up
did this
there.
place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
What's up with that one?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Oh. Yeah, that was just my
When
dad.
at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yes. Turning the power off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
I hope so.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Why did it stop?
Wait, what was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well, that was pretty interesting.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself, and a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered, but this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left, to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let's see if there is one down here. Let's see if we can
Good
find.
Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
Okay, this is kind of cool.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
Yeah,
The
what
bucket
it?
isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I'm not giving the bucket up.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Ta-da, ta-da.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows.
Nope.
That is its singular personality trait.
I won't let it
Sure,
destroy
I
my
can
bucket.
hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved
No way.
Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer.
I will not
until you
destroy
crush
my
that
bucket.
damn bucket. Quickly
Never.
now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Nope, I refuse to get my bucket crushed. This is my bucket.
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Yeah, nah. I would never destroy my bucket, so can't make me. It is what it is. Oh wow, that is a mess.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply
My
missed a
bucket.
memo. Ah, the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Nah, entered the
This
door
was
on the
not the
right.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
Just I'm gonna
somewhere
jump
else.
off
The
down
cargo
here.
lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It
Oh, wait,
says,
no, that
no
just leads
buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the...
Damn it. Well, not gonna lie, I will probably end up leaving it here. So if you like if you like today's stream, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and comment down below your favorite part. And yeah, no, I hope you guys had fun. This will be my new character model for future videos, so get used to this face. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces!